I see the same television commercials you do. And one of the ones I see regularly is a picture of a Madison Avenue version of what a motorcyclist looks like. Hops on a bike, rides out of a barn, and it says, you know, we're lawyers who ride motorcyclists, and we know how to take care of you if you're involved in a motorcycle crash. Simple truth is, I've represented hundreds, if not 1,000, motorcyclists involved in injury accidents. I don't ride motorcycles. It's just personal preference. However, what I do know is the things that a person representing an injured person involved in a motorcyclist should know. I know as a trial lawyer that jurors have a general bias against motorcyclists. They think you're reckless. They think the reason likely that you were involved in this accident is because you were reckless enough to get on a motorcycle to begin with. As a trial lawyer, what I need to understand and what I need to work with is honestly jury bias associated with folks who do ride motorcycles. So you might be injured on a motorcycle, but you know, if you ride motorcycles, you know how cars treat you on the road. Juries in motorcycle injury accidents treat motorcyclists often the same way. They don't have a lot of respect for what y'all do. They think you probably helped contribute to your own accident. Anyone who represents you, more so than whether they're a rider or not, needs to be able to identify with and address that jury bias and be able to get the jury to understand that this isn't about you being reckless. This is about a vehicle or a car or a truck that didn't do what they were supposed to do, despite the fact you were in the right. And the other thing I know is what are the long-term effects of a motorcycle crash. You'll have the sort of road rash injuries often that you won't see in any other type of crash. You will have brain injuries that can have an effect for 30 years. You'll have the sorts of injuries that will affect arthritically your knees and your joints and your shoulder and your back and your neck, even if those weren't immediately the problems. You'll have these things that could bother you for the next 40 or 50 years. For my money, I would rather have a lawyer who understands the catastrophic effect of a motorcycle accident than necessarily somebody who understands the difference between a Harley-Davidson and a Suzuki motorcycle. I don't ride motorcycles, but I think my law firm is vested with the understanding both of the trial aspect and of the personal future medical needs and considerations that you're looking at, and has the experience to represent you in your motorcycle